Over the last few days, the YouTube algorithm has recommended me compilation videos of these stupid kids completely trashing theaters while watching the Minecraft movie. I didn't even know there was even going to fucking be a Minecraft movie until about a few days before it released, when I started seeing it advertised on buses. I said over a decade ago that I didn't care about Minecraft, that even resulted in one of the most explosive and, looking back at it, pointless arguments I've ever engaged in. And that's still the case today. I don't play Minecraft, don't give a shit about Minecraft, and by extension, I had no reason to give a shit about this movie. But the one thing I find interesting, or I should say rather, extremely depressing, are all of these dumbasses going apeshit in theaters because they heard Jack Black say a line in the movie that I guess became a meme, chicken jockey or whatever the fuck. I'm not even going to pretend that I know what that means, and I don't think it really matters. Either way, you tearing up a theater just because you heard one funny line in a movie isn't cool, isn't funny, it just makes you all look like fucking dumbasses who lack any semblance of decency and common sense. I heard a funny line in a movie, so that means I need to have my popcorn, go fucking flying in the air, and start running around and jumping in a theater. I'd have a teeny tiny bit more understanding if it were primarily little kids who were doing this. I mean, I'd still be like, wow, their parents didn't teach them jack fucking shit about discipline, but these are teenagers, and fuck, some even grown adults probably, doing this. These are not naive little kids, so what is their excuse for being so blatantly reckless and stupid? And what the fuck is the joke? Jack Black says a ha-ha funny meme line, and then you proceed to act like a fucking Neanderthal, throwing food and garbage all over the theater. And I know the end goal. They want social media clout because they know like 50 other people in the theater are going to be filming them, and videos of them tearing up the theater will end up on TikTok, YouTube, wherever the hell else, and get a lot of clicks. But I have to ask, are you really okay with being immortalized as a dipshit teenager, or god forbid, adult, with no self-control to the point you make your food and garbage go flying because you heard one funny line in a movie? This is what I hate about social media. For as much as I love many aspects of social media, like for example, I wouldn't even have this platform at all if it weren't for social media, but at the same time it makes so many people into clout-hungry losers who see videos of other clout-hungry losers doing similarly stupid shit, and then they proceed to repeat said stupid shit because the other losers they watched got a lot of clicks and they want clicks too. Eliminate the going viral on social media aspect. Do you really think all of these morons going wild in theaters would have done so if there was no clout incentive in the first place? Of course not. That's why I honestly wouldn't mind it if YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever else these videos are going viral on, removed these videos off their platforms because they promote destructive behavior. And I bet you all of these idiots who tore up theaters wouldn't have done so if it meant risking losing their precious TikTok profiles. And if you think I'm being too harsh, put yourselves in the shoes of the theater employees who have to clean up all of that mess because all of these dipshits thought they would be so hilarious and gain clout for making a huge mess in theaters. I saw one video that especially pissed me off. It was of either an employee or maybe even the manager of a theater scolding the people in the theater for making such a huge mess and causing so much commotion, and they even said they've had to refund multiple families at this point, and there was this stupid caption saying something like, "Who does bro think he is?" with stupid crying emojis and skull emojis following that. By the way, I am so fucking tired of people using the word bro in seemingly every goddamn sentence, but anyway. Bro works at the establishment and is likely tired of reckless morons like you trashing the theater, and then the employees, and possibly him also, have to come in, spend an exorbitant amount of time cleaning up your enormous mess, only for the theater to get trashed again. And on top of that, there are plenty of other customers who come in and just want to watch a fucking movie, and not get drenched in popcorn, or soda, or whatever other garbage you send flying into the air. Not everyone in the theater is there for your stupid chicken meme line. If you want to cheer because you heard that line, fine. But it's a completely different thing to be a reckless asshat like all of these people in these videos. You're not showcasing to the world how funny you are, you're only showcasing to the world that you're a fool with self-control worse than a 5-year-old. You see see these videos, and is it really any wonder why I haven't been to a movie theater in years? It was bad enough having other people in the theater spill their popcorn, or their drinks, or their candy, or bringing their screaming infants into the theater, or their rowdy kids. Or hell, one time I was sitting by this inconsiderate asshole who got a phone call in the middle of the movie and decided to have a full-blown conversation on his phone right there in the theater. I already hated all of that. I can't imagine the agony of having to share a theater with dumbasses like the ones in these videos. Ugh, anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.